Hey all, working back on the tug. Yeah, it's been a while because I've been doing other projects. But yeah, I'm working back on this. I've only got 7 weeks left. Well, I would say between 7 to 6.5 weeks left. For the biggest classic showground. And I've been asked to take this been asked to take this to showground and park next to one of the Navy tractors. One of the best bloke who passed away a long time ago. So I was asking if I could bring this and park it next to his tractor for display on the showground. I'll try my best. So yeah, I'm working on this wiring now. So I'm going to connect the headlight first. But there will be an indicator. I've got a it's a little British like this one, Blitz, Australian and British Blitz truck, plus Canadians, they have the same too. Those little small round tube Parker lights that's on the front of the mudguards. I've got 2 pairs. I'm actually going to put it in one of those holes as an indicator. So yeah. So doing wiring, so I've got 7 ways. So I got earth, which is white. Indicators will be yellow and green, so I'll put that on side. So yeah, brown and red, definitely headlights. So yeah, I got the headlight off, so now I'm soldering iron on it. Soldering it, so it is cold out there. That's why I got this big massive one. Now I did the front, so now I've got this ignition switcher, original one. But what got me concerned, the key is not on it. So the key must have fell down there somewhere when I was putting the floor and cutting it. This is not the first time it fell down, but I don't see it on the floor. It might be in the bell housing somewhere, but we'll have a look later anyway. But I've got a spare key as well, but not with me, it's at home. So yeah, so I connect the wirings in the front together. And I'm going to get it through that hole to connect it to the ignition switch. See this? This is a low beam, but that is actually really dim on the headlight. So yeah, if you look on my I'm pretty sure it's the previous video or the video before. I made a video of this connecting with the lights and the bench. So yeah, so what I discovered is this. What I discovered, the low beam was actually, they call it low beam, but it was actually very low, like a Parker light. So yeah. There we go. So yeah, so it was very low as Parker light, maybe 6 watt. And found out they use the low beam for when there is a battle nearby. So as you can see, dim and on. So on is the normal low beam headlight, but they call it high beam, but it's not. The dim is just really dim, like a Parker light. So yeah. And so I found out the dim was actually used for when there is a battle nearby or an enemy bombers nearby. They have it on dim in the dark. So yeah. And when if it's normal around, they just put normal low beam on. So yeah. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that original. I don't think anyone has ever used it to have dim and normal headlights. So yeah. So for me, I'm planning to do that. I'm going to do the same thing on my other projects. So yeah. So let's do that. So I connect all the wirings. But I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out why it's not working. I run a cable through this, it's getting power. It's getting power through there, but there was no power getting between. Then I realized what was missing. The fuse was missing. That's why it didn't work. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Spent 10 minutes trying to figure out why it's not working. So now they should turn on. What's that? That's... Let me have a look. Oh, did you saw the ammeter? The ammeter just moved. There it goes. Oh, it's on now. Yeah. It was the fuse the whole time. But yeah, it's wired backwards on the ammeter, so I have to switch the wire around. So you can see that's bright partition, which is a normal low beam. Then this is the dim partition, which is the low beam as well. But this one had that coil on the switch I was telling you about earlier, and on the previous video. So this one is dim, but on the camera you can see it bright. But I'm looking at it without a camera, it's way more dim than the one on the camera. Temperature gauge I made with the brackets for a closer view. So there you go. This was originally an hour gauge, so instead of hour I'd put temperature gauge. So yeah. Low beam, dim. Low beam, dim. Yes! Yeah, you could see it did some more work on the panel. So I had the footrest, but I ran out of bolts and nuts for this. So it's just sitting on it, so ran out of nut for that. This is the hole for the seat cover, so this is thread tapped. This is also thread tapped. And also drill a big hole to get access to the master cylinder fluid. I've installed the hooks. This is actually a wartime hooks, so very happy with that. As you can see, yeah, it's a bit dark, so yeah, that's a better view. So it's got this little lever in there. I have installed indicators behind the shield so you can see it through the hole. Thing is, I could not fit a British tube type light because it was too long. It might hit the radiator or something. So that's why I put a smaller ones in it, so it's sitting sideways. Look at that, it's much better. See, I'm not sure if you can focus or not. As you can see the brackets. Don't worry about the wirings. I just put that there just to make sure I got the wiring correct for the indicators. It will come off again anyway to fit the radiator in. And then I do the proper wirings with insulation on it. Yep. Yeah, just have to make sure that the radiator fits in perfectly. I know the radiator's got to be like somewhere about that much left, possibly. And the back is also flashing as well. Normal low beam. Dim. Been working on this. As you can see, I soldered iron on this. This is the correct carbide, the square model type. The later ones were round. So this is the correct wartime one. So, yeah. So I did this. I cut it short, so I also have to fix the spring behind, but I screw it in, I put the spring on. So let's hope it works. I'm not sure what's this for. Which is very interesting. Yeah, but this was missing that, so I took it off a weapons carrier carburetor, the very early ones. So we need to make sure it's fully closed. Okay, so that closes. And that opens, so that means we need to push further out. There you go. Then pull. Yep, fully closed. fits really tight. So yeah, so that works. So now we need to tighten this. Finally done. So all connected, the carburetor. So now I need to make, I cannot find one of these fittings that goes for the elbow. I have to make myself one to get it through the carburetor. Not carburetor, so the air bath cleaner, yeah. See, but though, fits. Did some more wiring, so I connect the switch back on and bolt it, yeah. I add wiring for indicators, which is here. I have to buy one of those indicator handles. Temperature gauge I had to replace because the thread with the bulb is damaged, so I've got another one that I'll replace. So yeah, she is running a Ww2 Jeep and Dodge Whippets KO generator because it is running negative ground right now, which the original one is sitting right. Yeah, yeah, that's the original one. That is 6-volt positive ground. But the problem is it did not have a regulator in it. When I bought this tug, it had a 12-volt alternator in it. And I have a 6-volt positive ground generator I found from another tug, but it did not have a regulator. So, need to have a correct, proper regulator, positive ground regulator. So I'm passing that. So this will definitely go on the next project because I will have to chase down a correct regulator. So I'm using this generator for now, which I managed to fit it in. The crankshaft pulley is not tight. I have to tighten it up once the wheel is on because it will spin without the wheel and the gear on. So yeah. So the regulator, which is the Jeep one, it's gotta sit right there on the against the panel glove box, and there's plenty of room to put all this in there. So yeah, sweet. Very happy. The wiring's nearly finished. Hopefully next week. Yeah. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.